Good afternoon, lions and guests. Hey, before we get going too much, I want to make sure everybody knows Lloyd has a sign-up sheet. Lloyd, what's your sign-up sheet for?
Friday, kettle corn.
Friday kettle corn. That's not to stop by and buy it. That's to go and help sell it, okay? So make sure to put your name somewhere on that list for Lloyd. Bob Jessen has got a clipboard also. And Bob's clipboard is for the spring conference, which is this weekend.
This will be number 2.
A place where you would
you have that 3 strikes and you're out.
Like past council
so I'm going to do number 2 today.
Past District Governor J.D. Neller. Probably half of the people in this room are going to be somewhere close to there. And we want to make sure you get there. Uh-oh, looks like Ryan Dwayne really wants to go first. He's like walking up. Here you go, Ryan Dwayne.
Mr. Darling, all lines and guests, got a couple of rough days with my brother, medical condition.
Hey! Come on! Hey! What?
Oh. President Darling, all lines and guests, had a couple of rough days with my brother's medical condition. He wasn't feeling well. The night before last, we made a 3 a.m. trip to the emergency room, and they straightened him all out, so he's feeling much better now.
Hey.
Hey, Dwayne, tell me what they did. I'm going to take Hal at 3 a.m. That was funny. I don't care who it is. Okay, we're going to leave it out. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I got $150 today. Yesterday was Dale and our anniversary, 21st.
Yeah, I guess we'll let it go that he didn't say anything about President Dwayne. Happy anniversary, Gail. If you truly enjoyed having him in your life, really. It's always a question, isn't it? Lion, Jim. Right.
Fellow lions and guests, I wonder why the tail twister has no assistant today. Oh, I can understand. I have a happy dollar. The sun is out. And the grass is beautiful from the top side.
Longitudinally this time. I'm going to go back now. What am I do? So that makes it like Gary Hill's turn.
President Darlene, fellow lions and guests, I got a couple sad bucks here.
You want me to?
Well, first of all, after doing a tremendous amount of sales last weekend over the week over there, I'm not wearing any spirit, so I'm coughing up for that. And then after winning the 50-50 pot a couple of weeks ago, Rose almost refused to sell me a ticket today. Something about having won the pot and then won the chance for a drawing once again. So they're saying that the fix was in.
In your pocket.
Yeah.
Holy moly. Anything going on back towards this end of the place here? I guess not. Well, I'm going to drop in one of my happy bucks. One of the happy bucks was on Saturday seeing so many great lions, including President Darlene, fellow lions and guests. You know,
Nice
I
thing.
gotta tell you, for those of you in the room who know me so well, my wonderful friend Gary Hill, as we were getting towards the end of that beautiful service, and they excused us to head up to the food and to the bar, he looks at me and he says, "Man, you really have changed your lifestyle, haven't you?" And I said, "What are you talking about?" He says, "Open host, no host bar, you've been first in line." And I had a nice glass of water. It was lovely. Lion skin.
President Darlene, fellow lions and guests, I have a concerned dollar. Last Friday, I was part of the setup for the kettle corn extravaganza. Come to find out that I had been selected to be the backup to Louis the kettle corn master. And so I'm throwing sugar and popcorn and oil all over. Wasn't I? You know, in the words of Calvin Coolidge, you know, if selected, I will not comply.
And I know I can't be the only person in this room who is so happy to see our friend Sandy Cat. That's a happy butt right there. The sweetest ladies around. I gotta tell you, Longview Pioneer Lions has literally been a magnet for sweet, sweet ladies that are really incredibly intelligent. Yeah.
President Darlene Lions and guests, I've got a very happy dollar. Spent the whole 45 minutes of my great-granddaughter's 4-year-old t-ball game Saturday morning.
Man. You know what's so cool about a t-ball game on a Saturday morning? Everybody there runs just like Mike Firth.
Good luck, Pat.
Hey, Lion Walt, how are you today? Lion Marie, you look lovely.
President Darlene, fellow Lions and guests, isn't it wonderful to see Cindy back here?
Yeah.
Pioneer Lions ladies. Maybe we should make a calendar. No, let's not do that. Okay. How about you?
President Darlene, fellow Lions and guests, I have a happy dollar, and thank you to Steve Patterson. He didn't think this was a good idea, but he did it anyway. He's Lion of the Month for the month of March, and so everybody applaud him for sitting up there. And my other dollar is to, every time you come back, you see a couple more people that we haven't seen for a while, and I appreciate that. I was able to get rid of some more awards. You know, whole year that we didn't get to give out awards. We did the ceremony on Zoom, but we didn't actually give them their award paper. So every week I get to hand out a few more.
Talking about the ladies of the Longview Pioneer Lions, the lady herself, Mrs. Dolly.
Hello, darling. Well, hello, darling.
Sing, I got $10, buddy.
Turn that into ones in 15 minutes.
President Darlene, fellow Lions and guests. Yes, a happy $10. 2 things. Number 1, district conference, Friday, Saturday. If you haven't signed up, please come see me. Saturday's the picnic. Food, salads, cake, hot dogs, hamburgers, tons of food. And of course, Friday Zoom. The other one is, I'm very happy to say, Dolly's back. I'm off the drugs and feeling better.
Here, here.
The person in this room just does not admire that woman.
Oh, okay.
Anybody else? We have anything else going on? Oh, we got one back over here. We'll be down there, I promise. All right, everybody, go ahead and put your sleeping goggles on. Hal's about to talk.
President Darlene, fellow Lions and guests, you know, my brother is the one who taught me the speaking skills, so gotta blame him for that one. Yeah, that too. First happy dollar is, what was my happy dollar? There was somebody here, Cindy Sessions, for being here, and a happy dollar for J.D. Miller being here, you know, past council chairman. And what else are you? Anything now? Just pass.
Half past.
How about Lang Redford? President Darlene, fellow Lions guests, and Wong. That's what it says. It was nice to go to Bob Heideman's service on Saturday. There were 22 of us from the club there. But it only went 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And when they took a break, 8 people left. So that was just from our group.
Yeah.
I just gotta tell you, them Lutherans, man, they like to talk. They
Yeah.
got some things to say. They're from the Minnesota, so they gotta have the story about the grandma and the grandpa and the You know,
Nothing wrong with
as
Minnesota.
long
No,
as that
but they
service was, I
had
don't think there was
half an hour
anybody there that
eulogy.
didn't want to hear another story about Bob
Yeah.
Heidemann. So,
Half
a
an
good day was
half
had
an
by
hour
all. Now,
eulogy.
Mr. J.D. Miller, I'll get you, I promise, I swear to God, I'll get there.
I don't want to get you out of order.
President
Okay.
Darlene, fellow Lions,
Okay.
and a very good guest.
Oh, yeah, we got guests.
I got a happy luck because I'm happy to be here. This is my first trip to Vancouver in a year.
Oh,
Step in the I had to put socks on. And another buck just so that I don't get fined the rest of the day.
All right, everybody start thinking of something, start thinking of something. Dave, I'll come right back to you, okay? Ladies, listen, ladies before swine, no. Beauty before the beast, not can't remember, here it is, lines.
President Darlene, fellow Lions, I don't know if we have guests or not,
Yeah.
but I have a $20, it's happy, sad, you name it, for the last year that I've not been able to attend meetings, and for my health that I'm hoping that I'm finally improving on.
hey. Oh,
I'm gonna let him stand in that muck and mire that he built. She didn't deny it. Lion Dave.
If everyone, no, I'm not going to go there. If everyone wants to know what was happening a few days ago, not a lot of you know, but probably most of you do know, that I wear a catheter. Well, there was nothing running through the line. That's pretty hard, pretty difficult. But once we got it straightened out, no problem. And you know, hallelujah to that.
yeah.
Right to singing after that.
Anyway, yeah, we're going to sing real quick. I want to say one thing and make this short as I can. Is when I say I love somebody, it's because I care about them very much. I feel that way with each and every one of you. I'm trying to do this without showing my feelings. I'm showing my feelings. Anyway, let's get into the song. How's that sound?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm so happy, and here's the reason why. Jesus took my burdens all away. Once a life was full, sin on strife. Now I'm singing as the days go by. Jesus took my burdens all away. And I'll have it for each and every one of you. Hallelujah.
Simple truths, simple truths. Lion Cindy, are you gonna tell us all about your getaway?
President Darlene, members and guests. So the first of April, I was gone like the whole month. Louis saw me maybe 4 days. So we went to, girlfriend and I went to Leavenworth for a week, enjoyed all of that. It was beautiful up in the mountains. And then I got home, repacked, and went to Belize for 2 weeks. So 1 week we spent in the jungle.
Did you see him down there?
No, where were you? And then the next week we spent on the beach. It was just beautiful. And I really want to thank my husband because that was during our anniversary, our 10th year anniversary. Yeah. And then this next June, my grandson in Virginia is graduating, so we're going to go to Pennsylvania to watch him graduate.
Man, you mean I could have saved 2 divorces if I just would have sent my wife away for a month? You don't teach in elementary school anymore.
President Darlene, Lions and guests, I am standing, just let you know. Kind of an ambiguous dollar first. I'm sorry that I missed the Bob Heidemann Memorial. I was wrapped around a toilet all day Saturday. It was not fun. The good part of the whole thing is I've lost 7 pounds since that day.
That's when you're on the floor, down, right?
Now here's an interesting dollar. I asked my wife, her birthday was Sunday, and I asked her what she wanted for her birthday, and she says, I want you to write me a check to LCIF.
All right, yeah.
What? I want to you to write me a check for LCIF. Okay, all right, so I did that. So that's going to be coming. In the meantime, she went on Amazon and bought a $300 painting.
I truly thought the punchline was, she went on Amazon and bought a fan. Okay, Doug. Mr. Got a little decorum here. District Governor Doug Harvey.
Hello, Steve. Who? President, Darlene. Fellow ladies and guests, I got a happy dollar because my wife has got off of those evil pills.
Oh.
And I'm so happy for her because it has been a really tough year for her. So I'm really happy about that. So thank you.
Pat Fulton gave me a happy 100 that you're sitting way up here, just so you know. Nothing else? Nobody? Not a thing? Here we go with my last happy dollar. President Darlene, I am thrilled for the fact that I've been back to work basically for like a week and a half now. Okay,
Yay.
working 5 days a week.
Hey.
Getting up to the point of getting 8 hours a day.
Hey.
Right? Al had no other place to go drink coffee and talk to himself. It was weird. So, here's the coolest thing about being a small business owner in Cowlitz County when you've been doing it for as long as I have. Apparently, you end up making a lot of friends. And I know that this applies to the Harvey household also. But it's so nice when they come up and tell you that they're glad you're alive. Here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm glad I'm alive. And I'm more glad that I'm a Longview Pioneer Lion.
I will call this meeting to order. Invocation by Walt Speck.
Dear Heavenly Father, among the things that we can thank you for today is a great meal by the Eagles. And thank you for a wonderful turnout of members. Thank you for all of our fantastic Lions and volunteers. And please bless this food to our body. Bless us in your service. We'll give you the praise.
Amen.
Amen.
Pledge by Mike Parker.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Song by Doug Harvey.
My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty,
Next time, Shazoo.
Terry Woodard, would you like to introduce the guest?
Come and tea, come. Come. Madam President, Lions and guests, my bonus grandson Logan is with us again.
Hey.
I bet he learns how to make popcorn pretty soon.
Yeah, learn how to do it, skip, new person to learn how to do popcorn. Anyway, the other one is, the District Governor Doug had to try to get enough people here, so J.D. Miller showed up.
Hey. All right. Thank you. Okay, Bob Jensen in concessions.
Good Friday at Safeway, we have 112 hours. And yes, we had a good day at Safeway Friday again. We had 112 hours, 29 Lions participated. Saturday, we're putting on the lunch over at Camel Shanner with Doug and his program. We're also going to have ice cream for that cake. And we've got a sign-up sheet over here for 12 people. I've got 3 on it. We'll need 9 more. That's not going to be online, so you're going to have to track me down before I leave with that. Clipboard for kettle corn is going around, and after we get through today, we'll put it online like we usually do, so we can fill up the rest of the spots. So,
Okay.
thank you for signing up.
Yeah.
I know you will. One of it will to the bins, maybe both of them. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Greg Furr, membership.
See, I have to run because my vest has gotten a little bit too tight. President Darlene, fellow Lions and guests, reminder on membership, we've got membership apps with me today. Through the end of June, there's no initiation fee to Lions Clubs International. Remember that, you can save your prospective members a few bucks. And this year, because of the pandemic, we reduced our dues. So get those members in.
Okay, Marge Wixon on Sunshine.
She does this on purpose, I swear to God. Will some of you people
Sorry.
sit back by the bathroom so I can run a little farther?
President Darling, fellow members and guests, I have 3 cards back here to sign today. One is for Bob Piper, he's having hernia surgery, and Ken Bottero is having dental surgery, and Gloria Lee, Mikey, she has heart congestion failure, and she's still doing okay, with just lots of prayers underneath for her, and both just signed the card.
Thank you. Okay, Cindy Sessions on Adopt a Senior project.
President Darlene, fellow Lions and guests. So last year we came up with this idea, me, came up with this idea to adopt graduating students. I mentioned it to Lion Dolly, and it ballooned from my 3 to 145 last year. I thought it was kind of being a one and done thing. Good thing I kept my notes because we're doing it again this year. Due to some suggestions, we're also making this a zone project. So I've got Kalama on board. Castle Rock is kind of outside the loop, but I've worked with somebody there from Castle Rock. Long Beach is on board. So I've got sign-up sheets. I've got graduating seniors from R.A. Long and Three Rivers Christian. If you guys want to adopt a graduating senior, I haven't got the list from Mark Morris or Discovery yet, so I've got to make some more phone calls. But it's basically pretty simple. You buy from a small local store here in town. And I mailed mine last year because I adopted quite a bit more than I thought I would. But you buy a local gift card. Pat Palmer has the cards for the graduate, and they're made out of nice heavy cardstock. And it's a great thing to do. So I want you to remain anonymous. Nothing goes on social media at all. And just put a smile on these guys' faces. This is the second year they're having to go through socializing. And it looks like Dolly wants to say something.
Okay.
And when you mail these out, put the P.O. Box 1102 with Longview Pioneer Lions on the return address, because last year we had a couple returned. So generally put our club's address on the return label.
All right. All right.
Good thing there.
All right, thank you. Sam?
May I?
Yeah.
And there's no charge for the thank you card in the envelope. Just come up to the window and bing.
You didn't bring any?
I didn't.
Okay.
You gotta give it away for free. You want me to deliver too?
Yeah. All right. Sandy Cat wants an education meeting about where she's at or somewhere afterwards. So.
Right here, Cindy.
Okay. All right.
Sandy, let's go in the bar.
Yeah. Okay, Tom Fulton?
President Darlene, fellow Lions and guests, I'm not happy about this little spiel, but last Tuesday at our meeting, Bob asked for some help to clean the wagon and stuff. 5 people showed up. The same 5 people that show up every week, time and time again. 2 strikes, the 3rd one we're out. Thank you.
Okay. Cindy Fickett?
President Darlene, members and guests, as you know, the spring conference is coming up this weekend, and we get to vote. So I have 16 people can vote for the slate of officers. Dolly has a list of who's going to be there, so we can confirm that because it has to. You'll be able to print your name, sign your name, get a ballot, vote, and put in this envelope. So we need 16 people. How many people are going for sure and have signed up, I guess, for the conference this Saturday? Do we have 16? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Good job. So, I don't have to. I'll just do the paperwork. So we'll meet at Dolly's desk, and we'll hand out a ballot, and you mark it and hand it back.
And if you haven't signed up, we still have forms, and I have a copy of the schedule for Friday and Saturday. So if you'd like to take a peek at it, you can come see us later.
So we do need 16 people, so please stay until the ballots are gone. Thank you. And I wanted to say too, I want to thank Gail. She took my place when I was gone as secretary, so yay, Gail.
Yay, Gail.
All right. And Gina would like a awards meeting afterwards. Right there, okay.
How about right there where Jim and Eileen are?
Oh, okay, over there. So we have a few things to do. Okay, now I'd like to introduce Greg Furr to introduce our guest speaker.
Greg, who is Greg Furr?
My gosh, this is tall. You have problems over here, there, Patterson. You have problems.
Yeah.
You go like this.
I know, it's like-
Hi, everybody.
Hey, I've got a stool,
President Darlene, fellow Lions and guests, it is my privilege today to introduce our district governor who is making his official visit today. Lion Doug rejoined our club in 2009. Silly guy, in 2010 he started going through the chairs. 2013-14 he was our president. A year later, he took over as zone chair. That was 2015 and 16. And because he didn't get it correct, he was again zone chairman in 2016-17. And then he immediately went from there to second vice district governor, of course, first vice district governor, and then this year as our governor for 2021. Doug is a progressive Melvin Jones Fellow, and to keep this short, I'm going to introduce our district governor and good friend, Doug Harvey.
Thank you. You know, it's indeed a pleasure to be standing up here in front of you. You're my home club. You're my friends. And you're my inspiration. And I can't tell you enough how much you guys have meant to me as we've gone together on so many different projects in so many different ways together. Last, of course, being the virus. But I'm glad to see you here today because some people thought that the virus might be the final straw. But I think we pulled through it. And I was very impressed, by the way. And I'll talk to you a little bit about this in a little bit. But we were shut down for a year. And we visited on Zoom, and we had about 25, 30 people maybe visited on Zoom on a regular basis, pretty much the rest of them. So I honestly thought that when we decided to have a meeting again, we probably ended up with about 30 people the first time. I was wrong. You all came roaring back with a vengeance. Kind of reminded me of Surf Pro, like it never even happened. Very impressive. Now I decided to take the position of district governor because nobody else would. At the time. And I was stepping up to second vice district governor. I was working as GMT for 2 years. And we got in December and nobody stepped up to the second vice district governor's spot. And Dolly says, you don't want to do it, you're still working. But I said,
Yes, I do.
it's a commitment. I have to do it. Now, where we went with this is entirely where I didn't think we were going, not had a clue when I started as my first vice district governor year back in 2019 and started formulating my plans and doing all the work that you do with MD-19 and with LCI to prepare for this position that this nasty virus would show up. So I had my whole year planned. I ordered out 800 of these little pens like this because my plan was to visit all the clubs and really push my theme, which is roar with gusto. Now, where would I come up with something like that? You guys. And I'm going to talk about that in just a few minutes. But right now, I am the representative from LCI. I'm the only person in our district that's actually attached to LCI this year. That happens every year as the district governor. So I get my marching orders, my communications and everything go through LCI. So it's been a very, very, very interesting year. Very first thing I need to do is to send my greetings from our international president, Jung Yul Choi. Now it's his second year because unlike the rest of us, they couldn't re-elect new officers, so the same officers kept it for 2 years. So he's been there for 2 years. Does anybody remember what his theme was? United in kindness and diversity. And this is what he said. Kindness matters. Lions have known this since the first club was formed, and it fits our motto, we serve. With 1.4 million Lions, 55,000 clubs, in over 200 countries, we are one of the most diverse and inclusive volunteer organizations on earth. We serve all people in all places, and it's our great diversity that enables our exceptional service. We literally bring to the world of service to every project that Lions take on. When we serve, it's more than an act of kindness. It's personal. Your dedication enriches the lives of people you know and strengthens the relationships you share. You are more than a volunteer. You are an essential part of your community, and that connection matters more now than ever. As you continue to serve safely, it is also important to focus on building your relationship with the community. Our mission to serve, it's our mission to serve, but it's our service inspires and empowers those around us to take action. And when we are united, we have the strength to face new challenges and to solve the issues that matter to us most. That's Dr. Choi. Thank you. One of the neatest experiences I've had in Lions is having the opportunity to go back to Chicago, actually to St. Charles, and visit the international headquarters. Now, unfortunately, Maryland's not going to get to do this year, but I was able to get that in before the virus hit. But what an impressive situation. Number one, I got to tour the entire LCI headquarters. And you might think it's a giant Taj Mahal, 5-6 stories high. It's not, it's 2 floors. And everything's in cubicles. So when you call and talk to one of the different branches, it's not like they're in a separate little room or a separate little building. They're in a cubicle. But one of the greatest experiences is to walk around and see all the places when you make calls and ask for information where that's coming from. And the greatest experience that I had while I was there was to actually be in our international president's office. He wasn't there. But I had an opportunity to stand and get my picture taken in his office. So, what was really exciting, I'm a district governor from Southwest Washington. There are 700 district governors from around the world, 700 of us. And we all met in one spot at the same time. If you don't think that was a thrill, I've met district governors from Japan, from Germany, Italy. And we broke into small groups. I had somebody in my group from Iceland, I had somebody in my group from New Zealand, and Sri Lanka, and Kenya. And then also had one from Louisiana. But you know, you're working on projects together. It is really the neatest thing to build that relationship. And we all looked at getting together again in Singapore. We were all excited about that. And then what happened? The virus hit. And instead of getting sworn in by the president in Singapore, I got to face him face-to-face on Zoom. He swore me in. I could see him as clear as day. I'm sure he didn't see me at all. But nonetheless, it was a thrill. And I can tell you, anybody that's been district governor, we've got a couple here that I recognize that served. And our past council chair is with us. He served as district governor. Mike, you did. And whatever your name is, or Mr. Palmer. Yeah. And that guy too. And this short guy up here. What's your name? And they all know that being a district governor is not some kind of a figurehead thing. And you don't really recognize all the things that a district governor gets to do or has to do until you get a chance to go through the training. And it is intense. And it starts as your first vice district governor. Marilyn is going through that now. She is finding out. They pump you full of so much information because all of a sudden you're going to go from 0 to 60 in 1 year. It isn't easy. but it is rewarding, because the neat thing about the district governor is you get to go visit all the clubs. And I was really looking forward to that this year. Gonna get a chance to go out, and I'm gonna get to go all the way up to Clearwater Clay Lock and all the way over to White Salmon and Lyle. What a thrill. But the virus says, no, you're not gonna do that. And we found out I'm not going anywhere. So put your bedroom slippers back on and get used to Zoom. And believe me, I had so much Zoom. It was interesting, but it wasn't the same. Because my theme, as I said before, is roar with gusto. And how can you roar with gusto over a TV screen? You can't. When I picked the theme roar with gusto, I was thinking, there's a need in Lions for enthusiasm and excitement and stimulation. And what I was seeing as the district governor, and before that as a zone chair even, a lot of clubs did not function the way we do. And I said, we have something that I've seen rarely, is that enthusiasm. You never come to a Pioneer meeting and find it boring. It never happened. And I wonder, how come it happens here, but it doesn't have any place else? Well, there is a system. You guys have it. I don't even know that. But you have what I call perpetual motion. The way the club is set up guarantees that we're going to have fun while serving. And that's our motto, isn't it? Serving, having fun. Would you answer this for me?
Tail twister. Nail him. I don't care who you are, Doug.
Hey.
Give me a buck.
When you're a district governor, your phone always on. If you think that being a district governor is a 9-to-5 job, it really isn't. And you never know where your phone's going to ring. Mr. Teltwister.
Yes, sir.
I know you need this dollar. So thank you very much. So being in this club was a godsend for me, because I learned how Lions can really be. And I was so excited about that I wrote a poem. I heard that. Yeah, that's a good poem. But the purpose of this poem is to really explain what roaring with gusto is all about. Because some people think that means standing and roaring in the corner and jumping and screaming and yelling. That's not it at all. So here's how it goes. Roaring with gusto. What a great theme. Shared visions of growling, but what does it mean? It's more than roaring and rousing, that's true. It's a call to be lively in all that you do. To dither and dawdle is not a good sign, as indifference and boredom is not far behind. To be sullen, moody, sarcastic, or glum will deafen the spirits of most everyone. But to roar is contagious, whether real or contrived. It will liven up members to help your club thrive. So every Lion leader must inspire and guide this members' interest and fall by the side. We must rise to the challenge and show them we're proud. Be cheerful and joyous, no shuffling along. If a lion is older, years can't be the gauge. Be spry and uplifting, and don't act your age. Your gusto must notice by folks passing nearby, will turn heads and spike interest to think, why not I? Then happily joining to be part of the fun, they'll make your club stronger to serve everyone. So put a spring in your step and a bounce in your gait. That's serving with gusto, and what a difference you'll make. Thank you. And I will tell you this,
Last time, didn't you?
I did.
in Lions, everything is 1 year. So by the time you figure out how to do it, you're done. But it does this to you. It did for me as I stepped in the club from being the third vice president to a second vice president and first vice president and president and on to the zone chair. Every time you do something like that, you're kind of stepping out into an area that you're not familiar with. You kind of feel your way through it. And it's a learning thing. But that's what's so fun about it. You have confidence in yourself, you can do it. And there's nothing more thrilling than to take on a challenge and then be successful. I mean, that's what Lions is all about. Lions is leadership. Now, as you know, for the last several years, not only with Lions, but with Kiwanis and Rotary and all the rest of them, there's been a solid or steady decline in members. At one time, we had 18,000 members in our multiple district. Now we're down to about 10,000. And it's likewise in our district. At one time, we had about 1,800 members. We're down to, about 1,100, 1,200, something like that. And what is that? Is that because Lions don't want to serve anymore? People don't want to do this kind of thing anymore? No, I don't think it is. Some people say, well, they got to learn how to do everything online or something like that. People are changing. I don't think that's true at all. I think it has to do with how we serve. Being excited and spontaneous to things. This club, 98 years old. 98 years old. Have we had a membership problem? Ever? No. In a small community like Longview, we have maintained between 150 and 200 people all the time. So the problems going on in the other clubs aren't the same as we have here. And that's when I talk about perpetual motion, because the system is set up here for this club to survive with very little control. System set up. Our happy bucks. That is the highlight. That's the thing that gets everybody going. And that's what makes it exciting. People want to come to our meetings. They want to be part of that. I remember when I was president, the Christmas Eve was our Tuesday. And I says, that's Christmas Eve. Vern and I are going to have a meeting. People said, what? We have to have our meeting. And that's where I learned. It's the camaraderie. It's the fun. It's the excitement. But it's also the control. There are two things in Pioneer, I think, that makes it work. Number one, president. Darlene is president this year. Will Darlene be president again? No. Every year we have a new leader. And what does that do? That keeps us looking for leadership. And that's what it's all about. So, if we can't find somebody to lead, we're going to have to call on Darlene again. And that ain't going to happen. She ain't going to want to do it. But most clubs, you see, have a problem with that. They're constantly using the same people over and over again. And that's the problem with that club. That means that that club is not thriving. There are three things that make a club work. Leadership, membership, and service. It's like a three-legged stool. You have to have good leaders. Because if you don't have good leaders, you're not going to find followers. You're not going to find good members. And bringing good members, not only do you need leadership, but you need projects. You need something that will bring those people in. People want to serve, like I wanted to serve, but I wanted to serve having fun. And that is the difference. So all three of those things are necessary for any club to function, and we are hitting right on for all three of those things. You look around, look at the members. We're not all old, some of us are. But we got younger ones coming in. And we got a lot of women in our club. Some clubs don't have women. We do because we know where the power is. Oh, yeah. And behind every good man is a woman. That's not true. Next to every good man is a woman. And that's the way our club functions. So I'm really proud of that. As I was saying about our membership, this has been a tough year for memberships. And I picked the best year to be a district governor. We've always lost a few members every year. But this year, we lost, up to date, we've lost 121 people out of our district. 121 people. And for me to receive district excellence, I've got to be at least a +1 by the end of the year, which means somehow I've got to recover that 121. Now, we have projects going on to do that. We've talked about some of them here. I'm excited to tell you that even though we lost 121, we have now brought in 88. So instead of being down by 121, or like we were in January at 61, we're down to 33. That is a reasonable goal. 33 people. And all we got to do is find them. Now, some clubs have difficulty with that because when they bring up somebody into their club meetings, they fall asleep. And they're probably not going to sign up for that. Because we have to sell. Well, if we're going to be Lions, we have to make people realize that we are good at it. It's like going out and buying a new car. You can't just, if you're going to sell your car, the first thing you do is you clean it, polish it, get it all looking good, because it's the visual effect that makes a difference. If you don't, you're probably not going to sell it. It's the same thing. When people come to visit your club, they got to see action. They got to see things that they like. That's the thing that attracted me 12 years ago. I went to a meeting, a pioneer meeting, and spit wads were flying, and the wet seats were flying, and the insults were flying, and the jokes were flying. It was fun. It was fun. And then all of a sudden they got serious. And they talked about the things that they're doing. I said, wow, what a great group. And that's what we need to sell. When we bring somebody here, it's a lot easier for us to sell than other clubs because they see what we're doing. They want to be a part of it. What we have is not a secret, but it's not well advertised. I think one of the things that we need to do is let other clubs in on our secret. So no more presidents. One term is all you get. And the other thing is, what does that create? It creates a council of presidents. And I'm telling you, you have that group of learned people that get together. You got 6, 7, 8, 10, 20, whatever it is. That group experience can make sure that we stay on track. And that's why Pioneer is as good as it is. 2 major projects this year, besides growing members, that I picked was LCIF and CARE.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
2 minutes. I'll say I from CARE and we'll go. All I can tell you is that both of those projects, we are leading the multiple district. Both of those projects have done very well. I have to give Steve a big hand of applause for what he has done with CARE. And Hal Palmer over here, what he's done. So. And last, I'll just tell you, the spring conference is important to me. Actually, I'm not charging anybody to be there. We have a virtual meeting on Friday because we have international guests and everything. We're not going to fly all the way out here just for this, so we're on Zoom. I would like to see a few more people sign up. If you do that for me, I'd really appreciate it. The second thing is Saturdays. We're having a great time out there. Be food and everything. We're going to do our memorial service. We're going to do a lot of our awards out there on Saturday. Please sign up and come. And again, thank you very much for letting me be your district governor and let me be part of your club. I am, thank you.
Thank you, Doug. We appreciate it. Okay, I'll review the announcements. Cindy session over here for Adopt a Senior program. Sandy Cat's going to have an education meeting. Voting over here with Dolly and Cindy, and Gina wants an award meeting also. All right, so white ticket. 472406. Oh, no! 3 weeks in a row. Okay, orange ticket, 927099. Oh, Bob. Okay, Bob, where would you like the money to go to? White Cane, okay. Sharon, Nolan, who has the desserts today? Oh, Tom. Oh. Mike Parker. All right. All right. All right, so remember to come and do the voting and the adopt a senior and all that. I will adjourn this meeting.